This is analog dub techno for the Elektron Analog 4. My first dub techno and actually my first preset pack for the Elektron Analog 4. In this video, I'm going to take you on a little tour around, show you some of the presets, some of the patterns which are part of the bonuses, and the link to it is in the description box below. We also have a demo pack for the preset pack with 10 of the presets that are in the full pack. If you want to check that out first before you get the full pack, there's also a link to it in the description box below. All right, let's go. Once again. All right, so here we are with the Analog 4 now, and if you've copied all 160 presets to your Analog 4. All right, so here we are now with the Analog 4. And all the patches. So here we are now with the Analog 4 and all the patches loaded to the machine. And just go to an empty pattern. I've got one selected already. And to load in a sound, just double tap on the track that you want to load the sound into and then you can select the sound banks that you want to use. And in my case, I copied everything to sound bank E, and here they are. Let's double check if every single one of those 160 patches is in there. Looking good. So yeah, let's have a listen of the presets without me talking. I have a link up here that you can check out every presets with a bit more playtime for you to check out. So the focus of this preset pack, of course, lies obviously on dub chords, and all the dub chords use the same or at least similar oscillator setup, which gives you instant minor chords, so the classic dub chord. If you want to check out a tutorial on that, I have that too. Links in the description box below. So the great thing about this oscillator setup is that you don't have to use poly mode. And that means that you get all 4 tracks for everything that you would need to make a complete groove. So basically going from chords, pads, drums, basses, percussion elements, everything that you need. And for that reason, the preset pack covers a wide range of different song elements, and we will take a listen to them in a moment. Let's start with the dub chords. So you will kind of find several categories. We have those basic dub chords, we have swells, we have stabs, we have, of course, dub chords, which are a bit more complex and animated, and we have dub pads. So oftentimes I find a preset that I really like, but it has too much going on already, and I need to go through all the menus and reset pretty much every parameter until the essence, the basic of this patch is left, and I find this super annoying. So for that reason, you will find a few really basic dub chords. They still follow the same oscillator setup to make those instant chords, but they usually don't have any filters applied or no other modulation, no envelope followers or anything like that. Just different flavors of the oscillator setup. So in one instance, you may find that all I use is saw waves, and in the other one, I might use maybe a mix of a saw wave and a pulse width modulation, stuff like that. But everything else is untouched. So no LFOs, no amp going on to give you this basic starting point, but not starting from zero, but starting maybe 1 or 2 steps ahead from where you would start generally. Again, this is a great starting point to get patterns going, making sequences, and to apply your own modulations and style to these patches. So let's have a listen to some of them. Again, there's basically nothing happening, but if you put in some filtering and stuff on that, can quickly become a really nice chord sound. Some shorter. Let's check out some steps. Really nice. So then we have the swells, and basically the thing that applies, so the same idea behind the basic chords, the basic dub sounds applies to the swells too, which are basically just chords which get louder over time, creating tension and excitement, helping the groove to kind of transition in itself. So next time, try placing them like something like this at the end of a loop. This gives the listener an anchor, knowing that the loop will repeat now. With some basic little bit of panning applied, so I think that still fits the idea of a basic sound. Of course, the largest part of the included dub chords are the presets, where I made heavy use of all the modulation possibilities that this beautiful instrument has to offer. So let's have a listen now. As you can see, there are plenty. So there are almost 75 of those chords, so pretty much half the pack is stuff like this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Could listen to stuff like this a whole day. Big one. I think you're getting a good overview now of what awaits you sonically when you get this pack. And of course, as mentioned before, and you can see them coming up here, we have also some pads. Really great to fill in the gaps when there are delay repeats escalating, and just throwing in a pad like this, or like this, just occasionally. Or I think we already have a few in here. Let's now imagine this really silent in the background. Then putting a beat on top of it. Maybe filtering it down a little bit more to tame the high end. Really cool. So, and of course there are, let me go down here, as you can see here, we're having percussive elements too, like a hi-hat plus sidechain. Yeah, no, it's a fake sidechain, I give you that, but it does the trick. Kick drums. 909 style kick drums. Beefier kick drums, of course. And if you keep a kick drum like this one, you can actually make a beat with that. Then you don't need a bass line. Again, saved more space, more real estate on the tracks here. Simple noise effects. Again, just put it in the background. Really, really silent. Then we have a hi-hat, a shaker, which uses sample and hold on the amp attack, turning a very pointy and sharp transient hit and moving it into a slow attack phase, and this emulates how a real shaker would sound. And we have toms, different style of shaker, 808 like tom. This one could actually be a bass line as well. Another tom, some percussive elements. This one with a bit more effects on it. Then we have snares, vinyl crackle, one with a bit more pronounced clicks or interference. And then I know we have some claps in here as well. Let me think, where are they? Oh, there we are. Of course, under C. Really cool. And of course some dub basses. Subby bass lines. And of course plenty of chords. So that's it for the overview on the presets. So last but not least, let me show you the 8 demo patterns real quick. There will be a more dedicated video where I show them longer and do actually make a little bit of a performance thing to show you the 3 performances that every pattern has. Every pattern, of course, has its own kit, and as you can see here, hopefully the patterns are evenly spaced, so you can copy them, make variations of them without having to remember where all the patterns are. That's a little trick from someone to try to remember where all the patterns live, because everything was just totally random and in all the places except where I was looking for. So if you take just one idea from this video, keep things with a little bit of a distance between the different songs, basically. So, all right, enough of the talking. Let's have a listen to pattern A1. So this is pattern A1. Let's check out pattern A9. As you can hear, there's always some rhythmic element going, which are usually, so the low end is usually on track 4, some hi-hat clap thing is usually on track 3, and the chords are usually on track 1 and 2, but sometimes I mix things up because of space issues, and thus creating interesting variations. So this pattern at 102 BPM is a bit more chill. It captures the vibe really great. Pattern P9. Lovely. Next we have C1. C9. Remember those swells that I talked about? That you put on the end of a pattern? Listen again. There it was again. Telling or helping to remember the beat and the rhythm by just having it in there on the end of the 4-bar loop. Alright, let's try this. Alright, there it comes. Man, this is so much fun. Okay, next pattern. D1. Really cool. And the last pattern I have in here for you. So, there you have it. Analog Dub Techno Volume 1, 160 presets, 8 really nice Dub Techno patterns, plus a companion guide waiting for you. The link to it is in the description box below. And if you want a free demo pack, there's also a link in the description box below. So, thank you so much for watching. Any questions, leave them in the comments. Talk soon.